When you go to see your GP, he or she is likely to ask you some fairly detailed questions, and it's a really good idea to have thought through some of the answers first. The first question is likely to be whether you've noticed any rectal bleeding, which is where you've lost blood from the back passage. And this may either be blood that you've noticed in the toilet or on the toilet paper. Your GP will also want to know about any pains that you've experienced, how long you've had them for, how long they last for, and where on the tummy you've noticed them. The GP will also want to know about your bowel habit or bowel pattern, and this is asking how many times you go to the toilet and pass a motion or stool, or if you prefer the word, whether you poo and how often you poo. Although this can be a very personal area, it is something that GPs ask every day of their working lives. The GP may ask about your diet to see if that may have contributed to any bowel symptoms you might have. And the final area they will explore with you is whether you have any family history of bowel problems, particularly focusing on your parents and your brothers and sisters if you have any. In particular, they will be interested to know if there's been any bowel cancer. The GP will then want to move to the examination. This will involve lying on the examination couch. Your GP will ask you to lift your top things just up a little bit and lower your bottom things a bit, and then we'll have a feel of your tummy. They will sometimes tap the tummy, and sometimes will get you to cough just to see what's going on within your tummy area. And sometimes they will have to examine your bottom, which involves lying on your left-hand side, and the GP will then have to insert a gloved finger into your bottom just to feel the very bottom end of the bowel, the rectum, to see if there are any lumps there. Again, we appreciate this is a very personal examination, but for the GP it is something that they do pretty much every working day. After the examination, the GP will then tell you their findings, and then will also suggest that you need more tests, and very often that will involve a blood test which will be done over the next 2 or 3 days, and then following on from that you may well be referred to a special clinic to see a specialist or specialist nurse who will want to do an examination of the bowel with a fibre optic camera which is passed up the back passage. Again, this sounds quite intimidating, but the instrument is very small and the examination is over very quickly. Following this, you will then be asked to return to your GP for the results, maybe a few days or a week later. The GP will run through the results and then hopefully will be in a position to reassure you, or alternatively you may be referred on for further tests. It's really important, however, that if the symptoms recur or if they continue, or if you notice new symptoms, that you mention them to your GP once again. And this is whether you're of younger years or more mature years, your GP will really want to know, and you won't be wasting their time.